What is up guys, Zev here, and today we're going to be talking about Mugen Train, the 2020 anime film that serves as a sequel and kickoff to the season 2 of the 2019 anime Demon Slayer. After binging the first season on Netflix for like 2 weeks and finally giving it a second glance to build up hype for the film, I have never been this excited to see a movie since maybe Jurassic World. The anime has become one of my favorite shows ever, and while going into the film completely blind, I had a very high expectation and very high confidence in the Ufotable team. If this movie would have been a flop, I would have been very disappointed. But to no one's surprise, this film was incredible. It is beyond what I thought it would be. Now, my memory might be a little fuzzy, so let's just break down what I do remember and talk about the many things I loved and the very few things that I disliked about this movie. So just to add in a little positive nitpick here, the producers actually took time to reanimate the takeoff scene from the season finale to give great impact on our three main characters. That was refreshing. And of course, obviously, visually this film was beautiful, and yet it really doesn't look much different from the show. I mean, fuck, it doesn't have to be. Have you seen the show? Next up, the characters. They were on point, they were engaging, they were awesome. They stuck to what we already know and love about them, and just reminded us why we love them so much. Tanjiro being an angel? Yep. Zenitsu being a pussy yet awesome? Yep. Nezuko being adorable? Yep. Inosuke being Inosuke? Fuck yeah. Inosuke spends a chunk of time just being amazed at the train and challenging it to a race. Yeah, that definitely sounds like him. While Zenitsu makes sure he doesn't get himself killed. He's a good teammate. And then there's our new boy, Kojiro Rengoku. This dude absolutely made this film. This character fits in perfectly with the show's already diverse cast of characters. Honestly, I thought he'd just be another dickhead after how everyone treated Tanjiro and Nezuko at HQ, but no, he's just a skilled swordsman who looks out for his comrades and openly remarks on how tasty the food is. A big reason everyone was so excited for this movie is because we got to see another one of the Hashira, and another one of the Kizuki, but primarily this particular Hashira because hopefully we get a more in-depth look at Tanjiro's heritage to fire. And spoiler alert, we really didn't get anywhere. Rengoku stated that he had no idea what Tanjiro was talking about. While you could argue that that's poor writing for a decent setup, I would counter-argue by saying that this gives more energy to Tanjiro's mysterious heritage and just how much further he needs to explore before finding an answer. This works even better considering that he and the others are nowhere near as powerful as they could be, so mixing up this ongoing mystery with his needing to get stronger builds for better plot expansion. Just like every other character in the show, Rengoku is well executed from first to last appearance. Yes, unfortunately, he does die in this movie, but it was a gorgeous scene. They all mourn over him so powerfully. Tanjiro proclaims him to be the real winner of the battle in a speech that can only come out of Tanjiro himself, and have that much power. Even Inosuke tears up and gets excited. Well, I mean a little more excited than he typically does. And the end credits are a tribute to him. Hell, this is the only occasion I actually stayed in the theater the whole time. Amazing character. I'm going to miss him, but I'm glad we got him. Now, the villains. This one was a highlight for me. The fact that season 1 ended with this guy, whose name is Enmu, by the way, was handpicked by Muzan to finish off a Hashira as well as kill Tanjiro. This guy is ranked as the lower 1, meaning he's bang in the middle of the most powerful demons in existence. These three couldn't even defeat the lower 5. I knew this guy was gonna be epic. Fighting this dude on a moving train? Yes please. It turns out this dude's ability is dream manipulation, which leads to some hilarious and heartwarming scenes, and he puts the 4 characters into their own dream world. Kinda like that one thing from the Justice League. So Tanjiro reunited with his family, while we see Zenitsu having a hell of a time with Nezuko, but Inosuke playing around in his own little cave. Also with Nezuko. In bunny ears. It's very cute. And during this, Nezuko comes out of her box and tries to save them. And it is by far the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen. So Tanjiro breaks free and a battle ensues with him and Enmu. He tries to keep putting Tanjiro in eternal sleep, but he keeps breaking himself out. He put Tanjiro in a nightmare where his family condemns him for letting them die. And Tanjiro is straight up like, yeah, no, they would never say that, and decapitates the fucker. God, it is so cool on the big screen. And then this dude molts himself to the point where he himself is the entire train. A little bit out of the ordinary, we'll say, but at this point, I can't complain. And while this is going on, Inosuke and Zenitsu are being invaded by children under Enmu's control. Inosuke just straight out tries to eat one kid. Zenitsu's brain consists of a pitch black simp chamber. He legit goes clock tower on this bitch and pulls out hedge clippers. The only one allowed here is Nezuko. But one of the best parts is when one of the kids is in Tanjiro's head. Tanjiro's little spirit buddies helped the child to kill Tanjiro because they sensed that's what what he wanted. That's just how kind of a soul Tanjiro is, and it's hilarious. So then they all awaken and fight against the Mugen Train. Rengoku handles 5 of the cars, Nezuko and Zenitsu handle 2 of them, and Tanjiro and Inosuke go for the head. They all play their part, and it's nothing but action-packed excitement. So they finally overpower him both physically and mentally. The train derails, and the fucking Upper 3 shows up and battles Rengoku in what is one of the greatest anime fights ever put to screen. The battle was close, Rengoku dies a very honorable death, and we get one of the most heartfelt, tear-jerking scenes ever. Now, there were just a few things that threw me off about this movie. First off, the children that Enmu was controlling were literally out of nowhere. No explanation at all, they were just there. Second, Inosuke doesn't take off his mask once. How could they deprive us of such a pretty face any further? Third, during the Upper Third battle, Tanjiro and Inosuke intervene, which causes the Upper Third to escape just before sunrise. Just before this, it seemed like Rengoku had it in the bag. I guess he could have escaped either way, but it felt random and out of place for me. And last but not least, they didn't play the theme song at all. They didn't open with it, they didn't close with it. Why? Everybody loves it. I don't care if we've heard it already, I haven't heard it enough. This film was amazing, far better than anything I ever could have come up with. Due to the very few downsides to it, I rate this movie a 9 out of 10. I am buying this the second it comes out on DVD, and now we have to wait for season 2. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out, everybody.